Hey guys, Nick's here. So, I just looked at the comments and some of the responses I've got on my video, Pearlism and Jargon, and, I'd like to pose a poll to all you guys. Assuming anybody actually sees this video, my subscribers and whatnot, I have a question for you. Are you bothered by the negative attention the label atheist has garnered? I know I am. Now, of course, I realize, as the comments quite rightly indicate, that the fundy fucktards are going to find a way to screw with any label we put forward. That's what they're going to do. I personally find that pluralism is a much easier label to, shall we say, defend than atheist, because atheist has such a negative connotation. Now, perhaps when dealing with the fundy fucktards, there is no way to get anything across to them, because, as I believe it was TL Slayer asked in the comments, what's the difference? And of course, to us, there is no difference, but perhaps to them there might be. Now, once again, I know that the diehards are never going to be swayed by any particular labeling or jargon, word usage that we can use to describe ourselves, but I find that pluralism is so much more easily defensible to people who are, say, not fundy fucktards, are not completely diehard, and perhaps are on the fence about jargon. Now, I want to say for sure that I get it when people ask what's the difference, why bother with these labels. One on the comment said, I'm a human, deal with it. Hey bud, I'm a human too. But the simple fact is that the label atheist has been tagged with such negative connotation, and I understand that pluralist, if put into general parlance, would eventually become the butt of negative connotation as well. But when you tell someone you're an atheist, they can say, okay, that's your dogma. When you say, I believe in physical evidence and reasoned logic, it's much harder to say that's a dogma, at least in my mind. Of course, I could be projecting my rationality onto the fundy fucktards here, and therefore I'm doing no good, I suppose. So here's a question. A poll, if you like. What do you call yourself? If someone asks you, how do you categorize yourself in terms of belief, non-belief, religion, non-religion, whatever it is, what do you call yourself? I'm interested to know. Now, I understand the mixed feelings that came out of the Pearlist video, but I am a Pearlist. I think it's a reasonable connotation to add. I think it's a decent label. I don't think I can do too much more to be concise about what I believe in. There are two things I believe in: physical evidence and reasoned logic. Now, I'm not suggesting, well, perhaps I am, but of course I'm not demanding that anyone self-apply this label. But I feel it is perhaps more of a positive label than a negative one. The problem is, of course, that atheism has been just bogged down by all these issues of jargon and theistic attacks of dogmatic behavior and all that. So, if someone asked me what I was, of course the first thing I would say is a human. If it came down to a more concise point, I think pluralist works pretty well. So once again, the poll. What do you think? Is it a completely ridiculous thing to search for a more appropriate label? Is it completely ridiculous to even apply such a thing to begin with? Now, there's a small part of me that says yes, but there's also a small part of me that looks for something that might perhaps carry more weight than the phrase atheism. Gentlemen, ladies, I leave it to you. Let me know. Nick's out.